Wow.
Hello
What
from
happened to you, Igor?
you have someone else today. You don't have Igor. Igor is from Bermuda. He just did a call of almost 2 hours explaining about the 5 bounty islands. A lot of leaders and a lot of people who were on the call.
I think
And
it's with Anderson Chester, right?
yes, he's with Anderson Chester in Bermuda, working in they already had in 1 month. Anderson did a great job because he already had an emerald within 1 month.
Wow.
And now they're working there because in these days should be a diamond. So they're pushing. And in the meantime, here in Amsterdam, we are here to take over the global call.
A lot of things are lost in Bermuda, but we are able to find stuff over there and new leadership. So nice.
Definitely. Today is an important call, Roald, I think, because
very special call. We have a special guest speaker tonight on the call as well.
Yes, I look forward. So we have Craig, Jason, we have Igor from Bermuda, and we have our special guest that doesn't come that often. So
Chery Tree.
Chery Tree. So I'm really happy because finally she can give you a couple of nice tips how to talk about the business, especially how
she's going to start with a special training for the affiliates. I think it starts on the 15th. Yes. So I'm sure she will say something about it tonight, so everybody knows what to do and when to do it.
I was just coming here with the car driving, and I was talking with Kini and saying I would love to have Chery Tree back on trainings that she explains us a little bit how to talk, because now we have, of course, more products, more services. Yep. So we would.
And we go to the US market. So
yes, so we need to get ready and prepare it. So I am excited. And what do you think?
Let's see if Greg is on the call.
Yes.
Maybe he's already packing. Maybe.
I am already packing, but I am on the call.
Man of wisdom.
What's happening, you guys? How are you?
Did you do your PCR test? Actually, did you pass? Because you had Corona, of course.
I did, and it's a funny thing because Jason and I went bouncing around this morning. We had our appointment, and we went and got the poke in the nose, and it turns out that because so many people are experiencing this little flu corona variant that's bouncing around, there's huge lines, and they said we wouldn't get the results for like 48 to 72 hours. Well, that's useless because we fly tomorrow night. So Jason and I actually had to pivot and go find a place that we paid an extra $300 each to have a rapid PCR test so we can have it in 2 hours. Now, I still don't know what the results are. I did have Corona 2 weeks ago. Usually, you know, it passes through you in 7 days or whatever. So we're gonna see. So fingers crossed for me. So maybe it's just Jason going tomorrow. I don't know.
Yes, because we need you and we want to see you and meet you here in Amsterdam. There is a lot to plan for the 2022.
Well, I'm hoping that the test is as flawed as it's always been, and it just gives me the positive test because nobody gives a shit anyway. Whoop, sorry. Anyway.
Negative.
Anyway, yes. So we're on our way, and looking forward to being with all of you guys in Amsterdam tomorrow.
Good.
I think the stage is yours because we look forward to see what you are going to share with us today.
Next week we'll be live here.
Can't wait. Yeah, listen, I'm going to keep it relatively short today, just simply because we have Chery, and Chery always brings a bucket of wisdom and content with Bank. And Bank is so influential in the way we think and act and interact with one another. It's in our best interest to listen closely to the things that Chery offers. I have yet to find someone who is as good a communicator as Chery, and certainly because she's steeped in and the creator of content that she lives by. And she's in complete integrity with herself around Bank. She knows who she is, she knows who other people are, and she adjusts and pivots in conversations, and she's as influential and wise a person as I know, and we should pay attention to the content, because the Bank content is, it's like a blanket of knowledge on your brain. Everybody's different, the way we communicate with one another, and But, you know, it's the fact that we have intention in our heart and soul. So last week, I talked about the importance of words and identifying with a word that is meaningful to you. And I chose the word revolution for my state of mind right now in the world. And really it's because there's an absolute need for people with an alpha spirit, people who don't just follow whatever the standard statements are, what the government says or whatever, right? So there's research and there's data and there's science and there's all these things, but all of them, it turns out, are being manipulated. So we have to actually use our guts, and we have to use our brain and our experience of life. And we have to look and watch and listen at a much higher level. So when you think about the importance of something like bank in influencing the way you interact with other people, it's a way of using discernment and intuition, right? These are God-given talents given to you as a human being. Because you're a human being, you have the ability to intuit that there's something bigger at play for you. There's a bigger reason in your life to be what you are. There's a bigger goal and a bigger possibility for you in your life. And, you know, it's an interesting thing because we have 5 words that I start every conversation with, and they're so crucial because they lead us. They're like bridge words to other words, right? We have integrity, we have innovation, we have freedom, we have contribution, and we have leadership. And the power of these words resting upon your brain and infiltrating your soul, the power of them can set your direction. And I've been reading, you know, I read a ton of books. So one of the books I'm reading right now is this book called Power Words. I talked to you last week about 52 words, which is up on my, hang on a second, I'll just grab it because I should do the commercial for Jason too. Bear with me. So we talked about this. We talked about this book right here, written by our one and only Jason Robert Tyne. And Jason took the time to put together a series of explanations about 1 word a week to actually set your brain in a direction, because words have power, they have energy, especially when you match them with your own authentic, integrated human soul, right? So I've been reading this book called Power Words. And what I love so much about it is, I'm just going to share with you, I highlight and I write in my books like a little kid. A book to me is like a coloring book. When I find things, I start off and I live inside of a book. I don't just read a book. I live inside of a book because it's the only way I really learn. And it raises my level of intellect, and I remember stuff when I do this, right? So I want to share with you the importance of words. And I'm going to share with you something really interesting, an interesting story. Word energy you can see and feel. This is fascinating. In his book, The Hidden Messages in Water, hear what I just said, the hidden messages in water. Have you ever had a glass of water and thought there was a message in water? Seriously, like I didn't, but in his book, The Hidden Messages in Water, Japanese scientist Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated the enormous power of words through photographs of water crystals under various conditions. Now, this is science that some people just dismiss as crazy, and also people accept as brilliant. You choose. I choose it's brilliant. I choose that it's true. And I'm going to tell you why. Dr. Emoto demonstrated the enormous power of words through photographs of water crystals under various conditions, including words that were shown and spoken to the water. A glass of water, he's speaking words to a glass of water, or showing words to a glass of water. This is almost crazy. Positive words such as wisdom, angel, thank you, as well as kind sentiments, you're cute, you're beautiful, all formed, listen, all formed complete, beautiful, and symmetrical crystals in the water. But negative words and sentiments such as Satan, you fool, you make me sick and I will kill you, created very incomplete and deformed and quite ugly crystals in the water. A glass of freaking water that you can't see the crystals, but it's under microscopic view. So which do you think had the best influence of any of the words tested? He said this, quote, "I have found the most beautiful crystal of all," said Emoto. The one created by love and gratitude. Now, look, you can say whatever you want to say. You can debate whatever you want to debate. You cannot debate the power of positive words on other human beings. If it forms beautiful symmetrical crystals in a glass of water, what do you think it's doing inside of a fellow human being? What do you think? Think it means something? I kind of do. There's a practice that this book recommends, and I'll share with you. It says, close your eyes and imagine your entire future is born on the energy of your next word. It is the genesis, the birth, and the beginning of what is to come for you. What word would you choose? What word would you choose? Choose it now. So close your eyes, choose it now, and take a moment to fill yourself with that word. Feel it and see your whole life infused with its energy. Picture the actions that are born from this word and sense the future it brings. Now, if you know anything about what Chery's going to teach you and talk about with bank, you know that there are words associated with the values. This is an important thing. Living values is in alignment with the crystals and the cells and the molecules inside of you. If you want to be a powerful human being, you have to actually align yourself around that. And core values are the things that do that. That's why we have 5: integrity, innovation, freedom, contribution, and leadership. And they're in that order for a reason, because that's what all of the top leaders of this company decided are the most important things. And there's a reason for that too, because integrity is the entire deal. I'm going to share something with you. This is another great book that I've read off and on through my life. It's been around for 25, 30 years, called The Leadership Challenge. It's written by these two guys, James Kouzes and Barry Posner. And this is the quintessential book on leadership in the world. It's not even a debate. They go through all of what makes up a great leader. Very often the things that I've shared with you about leadership have come from my learnings from this book. But I want to share this one piece right here. It says this: the Kouzes-Posner first law of leadership. First law of leadership. If you don't believe the messenger, you won't believe the message. If you don't believe the messenger, you won't believe the message. The vessel and the container that you are has to be pristine, with integrity, authentic, honest, love-based, meaningful, or whatever comes out of your mouth is shit. It doesn't mean anything. I know way too many people who tell great stories, but they themselves are a living disaster. And until they align themselves correctly around true, meaningful, valuable, life-affirming, gift-giving, human-inspiring principles, they will continue to spiral downward like the toilet water they take a crap in, right? Because that's basically our choice. We can either bring life and goodness to the world and to the people around us, our families, our friends, and pure strangers, or we can selfishly try to grab for ourselves and ignore humanity. You have a choice. It's okay either way. You're going to thrive and survive in life either way. but what do you want to be your legacy? How do you want to be known as a person? I personally believe that I want to be the person that if I give you a message, that you believe what I have to say, because if you don't believe the messenger, if you don't believe me, then anything I say is garbage. It's just a waste of time. But if you believe that my heart and soul is in this to serve you, then you believe me, and then my messages get through. And fortunately, most of you believe who I am, and that my love for you and this business and what we do is in pure integrity with who I am as a human being, and it is. And so here's something that people say about leaders, about credible leaders. They say things like this: they practice what they preach. They walk the talk. Their actions are consistent with their words. They put their money where their mouth is. They follow through on all their promises. They do what they say they will do. They do what they say they will do. Can I share with you something that Kouzes and Posner actually created? It's called Dwizzywid. Dwizzywid. Do what you say you will do. That is integrity. That's our first core value. Do what you say you will do. If you don't do that, if you say you'll do things and don't, you're already out of integrity. I can see it, feel it, experience it, and I know you are not a person of integrity in your word. See, your word, that comment, your word is often all that exists between two human beings. The reason that we choose words to identify who we are is because it's our word. When I promise I'm going to do something for you, I'm going to do it. And you know it. And therefore, I have a contract of integrity between us. If I say I'm going to help you get to the next level, I'm going to help you get to the next level. If I think that you're screwing around on something, I'm going to tell you I can't participate with you, because I have integrity and I have a word for myself. Now, my word this year is revolution, and I intend to spark and incite a revolution and change in my own life. And as a result, I'm bringing it to you. I'm bringing it to Success Factory. I'm bringing it to the world, because we have the ability to change the world, to bring a financial, hope-filled revolution to this entire planet. And I'm all about service. So my concept around do what you say you will do is rooted in pure service. Actually, I've shared with you this other book, The Radical Leap, many, many times, because the construct, the information in this book has so much meaning to my heart and soul. Steve Farber has become a dear friend of mine over the last 20 years. I've introduced him to Chery and Esther, and he's now become a good friend of theirs. I've had him speak at other companies on my behalf, and I think at a certain point, I'll bring him in to speak to Success Factory, because this man is a good man. And he has a concept that's the LEAP, which is love, energy, audacity, and proof. Love, energy, audacity, and proof. Cultivate love, generate energy, inspire audacity, and provide the proof. But one of the things that he says in this book is this. Do what you love. We all like to do what we love. Do what you love. But don't just do what you love. Do what you love in the service of people. If you do what you love, but it doesn't serve people, who cares? But do what you love in the service of people, and then make sure that you're not forcing some baloney in the service of people. Because if I'm making you an ice cream cone and you can't eat dairy, then I love to serve ice cream, but you can't eat it. And so I'm doing it in the service of you, the person. But if you don't love it, then what's the point? Do what you love in the service of people who love what you do. That means it's beneficial to them. These are important words. And for me, this is what it comes down to. Integrity plus contribution equals influence. If you want to change the world, if you want to change people, if you want to influence people to take big action, you need to have personal integrity, which is your word, the follow-up and the follow-through and the action. That's what integrity is. It's right. Your word, you follow up and you follow through and you take action. That's integrity. And if it's contributing to to the goodness of other people, you're now creating influence. And for me, I love the opportunity to serve. I love to serve. I love servant leaders, and I love to be in service of. And that's a big deal. I'll tell you a little story, and I'll wrap with this. But this week, I had an opportunity to walk the talk, to do what I say I'll do, and it meant a lot to me. I had an opportunity to fly out to California. I live in Atlanta on the East Coast, and I flew out to California on the West Coast to serve a friend of mine who is going through a divorce and was basically abandoned by this other friend of mine, her husband, who's turned out to be kind of a jerk, actually a big jerk. And she was left alone to move to a new place with her little 5-year-old daughter. And I was absolutely heartsick for her. So I talked to another friend of mine who lives in Vegas, and we agreed to fly to California to help this person out and move. Well, my friend in Vegas got sick, so it was just me. So I flew out to California. I rented a pickup truck. And for 3 days, I strapped mattresses and dressers and chairs and boxes, and I threw them into the pickup truck, and I took them over to this other location. Now, in the meantime, the little girl wasn't feeling well, and then ultimately the mom wasn't feeling well. And so they weren't really helping me, and I had to do most all of it myself. But let me tell you something. I was so happy. I was in my pure spirit helping someone who really needed my help. And as a matter of fact, wasn't inclined to ask for help, but I said, if you ever get to the point where you have to ask for help, you need to swallow your pride and you need to help me. I will drop what I'm doing and come and help you. And she finally did. Now, that little 5-year-old girl, can I tell you what she did for me? This is what she did for me. This is my payment for service. This is beautiful to me. She hand painted this little picture, little sunshine, little flower, little smiley face, little grass, right? This little beautiful girl painted this little picture for me. That was my payment for a couple of days of effort, financial investment, time, forestalling other things, even having to put on hold some of what I do for Success Factory. But to stay in integrity with who I am, who my heart is, I am obligated to do these kinds of things because I'm in service. I'm in service of people. And I do what I say I will do, because I told her I will drop what I'm doing and I'll come do it. And I do what I love, which is serving other human beings. And I do what I love in the service of other people who love what I do. Do you think this family loved what I did? Well, I would say that they did. I would say that they did. And I did it out of personal integrity with an effort to create contribution. And I influenced them. She's thanked me 100,000 times. And listen, that's my word, okay? So what I'm telling you is be this person. Be the person they say that they practice what they preach, they walk the talk, their actions are consistent with their words, they put their money where their mouth is. I said it, that probably cost me $1,000 to be honest with you, but it's not the money, it's the sweetness. Money flows and comes back when you give with pure intent. And I hope that by telling you this little story, this is not about me. I want you to understand it sounds like it is because it's my story, but it's the only one I know right now. But I want you to know that I operate from a place of revolution, right? I intend to change lives. I intend to change everything. These people were stuck. I came in and I unstuck them and I created change and revolution in their life. They're now back in momentum. Things are happening. And that returns back to me tenfold. So I'm not stupid. I don't just go throw away money and time with no idea that it doesn't come back to me. I'm actually quite smart and quite strategic. And I know that when I do these things come back to me 1,000-fold. So I want you to be those people. Decide, align, create your word, get the story right. Like, understand, pick your word, close your eyes, imagine your future on one word. Today, tomorrow, every morning when you wake up, imagine your future on that word. Close your eyes, feel it, experience it, and then be about it. And do that every day. It doesn't have to be the same word. It can be a different word of the day, because your spirit is intuitive and is guided by something much bigger than you if you tap into it. And when you tap into it and you work authentically with it, then you will float on this planet and you will influence from the most beautiful place. So I'm going to stop there and just say that I appreciate how you all on this call and around the world stay in the game. You're operating with integrity. All of you here are operating with integrity. And I feel safe and secure and protected and committed around all of you, because you know that I have your back and I know you have mine. And if we show up somewhere, it is a force of nature. Success Factory people are a force of goodness, a force of nature. And I would not want to be with anybody out of integrity about that. So you all continue to be those people of integrity. Be those people of innovation. Let's be creative. Let's vibe. Let's dance around whatever is in our way. Let's be like water. Water never stops. Water never stops. And the more beautiful that water is, the more we speak to it with clarity and positivity and create beautiful crystals in that water that we are, then whenever we hit something, whenever we hit a dam, we just build it, build it, build it, and we flow over it, and we find our way around it, and we continue to cover the earth with what Success Factory has, which is a brightness of hope, real change, financial security, safety, freedom, leadership, all of it. Be all of it. Be all of it. And I cannot wait to the days are so precious to me when I'm with you in person. You know, when I can hug you and dance with you and sing with you and play with you and laugh with you and talk with you and educate with you. These are the most beautiful days. We need more of those, but in the interim, we need to do what we need to do on a private basis so that when we show up publicly, we're so powerful that we become exponentially larger than who we are individually. And that's what I want for all of you. I want success. Success. See, Success Factory. Hard work, persistence, late nights, dealing with rejection, making the sacrifices, being disciplined, handling criticisms. We don't care. Overcoming our doubts and failures, and taking the risks necessary for us to be the monsters on this planet that create change. And as we do that, we make money, because as Zig said, and you know, he's been quoted a million times, if you help enough people get what they want in life, you'll always get what you want. And that is gospel. That is true. Be about that. And I will send it back to the most beautiful person in the office in Amsterdam right now, Adnreea Cimbala. Back to you.
Hello, hello. I was listening to your training. Very beautiful. Always adding value. It's unbelievable, eh? You are a man with 10 lives. You have lived 10 lives. So much knowledge. Now, but I have to be honest, you always make it personal and you always bring it to us how to use the message that you give to us, and always adapt it to Success Factory, how we build our opportunity, our business. So it's really beautiful. I always take some tips and put it here, you know. Our brain, I think, works like a storage. We collect things, and when you need it, you will always take it out when you need it, you know. So
Exactly.
make your storage abundant of information. Thank you, Craig. But today I will take a little bit of time later, because I want to go through the speakers of today. For me, it's very important that the community of Success Factory, that my team hears listens to all the speakers because, you know, during the week we are working. In this COVID time, we are working a lot online. So we don't have that really connection and we don't visit anymore each other. We don't have any more meetings live. Some countries possible, some countries are restrictions and is not possible. So of course, I see the global call on Sunday like coming together, like, wow, I see my family worldwide, but especially I get connected with the company, with the source. And that's very important. One of my secrets to success in my list is be always connected to the source, because I've seen people disconnected step by step. And you know what happens? Step by step, I don't see them anymore. Because once you disconnect to what you love, once you disconnect to the source, once you disconnect to the people that empower you, to the messages, to the news, to the people that are actually coming every day to the office, from the people that are active, you know, always be connected to the source that inspires you, that gives you information, that maybe motivates you. And it's very important. So today we have all these special gentlemen and this great, great leader that I will announce, because I think, yes, 2 years ago, before the actually COVID came, we launched a bank partnership. And I love bank because it helped me also in my family, but also with my relationships, to understand that not everyone is like me, that can be that what I need is not what someone else needs. And many times I want to work and I want to be surrounded and I want to say what I want because I want to be with only people like me. But the truth is that I've learned in all these years of experience in network marketing as a network, a business owner, as an investor, that you need in your team all types of people. So you don't need to do what you like, you need to do what it works. And communication is a skill that we need to learn. Words are powerful. And when I say work hard and work smart, means you need to use the tools and the tools of communication, but also other tools that we have and that we share. But the tools of communication, like Chery Tree always promotes, and make it in your advantage, because that's working smart, maximizing your results, being productive and effective. So I am happy that finally I can hear again the message and the training. And let's see what he's gonna share with us. Are you there? My amazing super duper leader, Chery Tree.
Thank you, Andrea, and hello, everybody. Great seeing you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what part of the world that you're in. I've got a little bit of a cold. It's going around the world, I suppose, but I wanted to be able to do some special training for you, and I've got very special announcements on a special series that we're going to be doing with you guys here at Success Factory starting next week. Okay, so next week, let me take you through the bank training. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap, and I'm going to tie in some of the important points that Craig offered, that Andrea offered, that you stand for as your 5 principles here at Success Factory. And I'm very honored to be partnered with you guys, Codebreaker Technologies, bringing you the bank system. As you guys know, we speak all over the world. We train for some of the top companies in the world, companies like Google, Forbes, United Nations, and Success Factory is one of our amazing clients. And the reason that we were brought to your company is a few things. Number one, if you look at this statistic here, this was a research that was done to see whether or not personality types matter in the sales process as you're going out there and selling Success Factory products, The View, Forex, Dogecoin, Bank, etc. And you're recruiting people into the network. One size does not fit all. And you've probably heard this a dozen times, right? Well, these are the statistics that prove it. Only 18% of buyers will buy from a salesperson, meaning you, the Success Factory rep, who doesn't match the buyer's personality type, versus 82% success rate when personality types are aligned. Friends, this is so powerful, and this is why I'm so passionate, because you can do it the hard way, which is just go talk to everybody and go tell them anything you want about Success Factory, and some are going to say yes and most are going to say no. Or you can do it the much easier way, which is, what if we could show you a way that you could talk to people 100% the correct way in order to increase your chances of getting yes dramatically. That's what the bank system does. Bank isn't something that slows you down. Bank is something that actually speeds you up, because it gives you a chance to say the right thing 100% of the time. And when you do that, your sales go up, your income goes up, your recruiting goes up, your rank advancements go up, your retention goes up, your leadership goes up, and everything improves as a result of using this. So we as a company are the world leader in personality coding technologies. We are #1 in the world that infuse technology with personality science. Nobody else is even in our space, and we're quite far ahead. So I wrote the book, Why They Buy. We talk about the bank system. In our standard presentation, we unlock the secrets, the science, and the system that can supercharge your sales and your recruiting. So for those of you that want to build a bigger business faster and more profitable, use the bank system and make it something that's required, something that's not negotiable. If it's just something that's cast aside, you're never going to see the results that you could have seen. Bank only works when you use it. Okay. So what is bank? If you've heard of this, you've seen it on your website, you want to know what the product is. It's personality based, but with a very powerful twist when applied to the sales and recruiting process, creates extraordinary results. Bank is profit focused because we actually want you to make more money. You are in the business of wealth creation. That is the mission of Success Factory. Bank can get you there faster. We're also people centered because that's the secret to great success. People centered. If you actually care about people, if you care about the people that you're selling the products to, if you believe that you're in integrity, doing the things that you say you're going to do, as Craig mentioned, if you love the people that you're recruiting to your team and you genuinely want what's best for them, then you owe it to them to actually learn how to use bank to speak their code. And bank is also purpose driven because it has far greater impact than just the money. It's actually saving families, saving marriages, it's saving lives, it's saving businesses, it's creating massive impact, okay? And so as we look at the financial side, because usually most people join network marketing and Success Factory says we're in the business of wealth creation, people want to make money. So bank is designed to increase their sales, their conversion rate, their opt-in rate, their close rate by 300%. Not using bank means that you're willing to work 3 times harder. See, before I used bank, I worked 60 to 80 hours a week to grow my network marketing business, and I made less than $100,000 a year. When I started using bank, I started to make over $500,000 and over $1 million in income. And my hours went to 20 to 30 hours a week. That was a magical blessing for me. Not only did I get my time back, but I could actually spend time with my family, my friends, and the people that I care most about, and not be burnout like so many people in network marketing become. It's not something that you have to do 24/7, 365. You do not need to be a workaholic to succeed at Success Factory. You just need to work smarter, not harder, as Adnreea said. Okay, so this was my story of before bank, couldn't make 100,000 to all of a sudden using bank in one single year. And I want you to imagine what your life could be like if you began to use bank in the year 2022. Maybe you've been with Success Factory for a year or two. Maybe you're brand new. Either way, perhaps you have not been using bank the way that it's possible. What if you started using it now? And what if you could see these types of results where you have a 7x increase in just one single year? And the difference for me here is within 3 years, I was now earning over $1 million a year. Most people in network marketing never make it. Some of your amazing leaders do that per month. It's just fantastic. It's a massive opportunity. But there's a way for you to be able to do it. Statistically, it's not possible, but we're going to show you how to make it possible. When I started to make over $1 million a year, the difference was I trained it to my entire team. I made it mandatory if you're going to be on my team and my downline and my sales organization, you had to study bank. You had to use bank in every single appointment. What that did was it created extraordinary results for everyone in my organization. I had people who had been doing network marketing for 10 years and never made $100,000 per year that started to make 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, and even over $1 million in less than 12 months. The difference was they started to use bank in every conversation. Guys, this isn't just a product that's on your website that you skip over because you're more excited about other things. This is something that actually helps you sell more of the View. This is something that helps you sell more of Forex. This is something that helps you sell more of Dogecoin. This is something that helps you recruit more leaders into your business and help them achieve additional ranks. Because bank is at the base of every single conversation that you're having. You see, the secret is that sales is not a numbers game. It's a people game. And I want you to ask yourself, am I the type of leader here at Success Factory that not only believes in the mission of wealth creation, that not only believes in the 5 core constructs of the values that you say are important to you, but that you actually like people, you love people, you want to serve people. See, Craig mentioned it and when he referenced the book by Steve Farber, do what you love in the service of others. In the service of others who love what you do, because they actually feel that you genuinely care about them and that you're not just trying to sell them something, okay? The science, the reason it works is because it's based in personality science. This is thousands of years old. This is one of the greatest secrets of all time, is that the human race is designed in this science and you have access to it. See, without the key or the code that I'm giving you through the bank system, you have to guess what to say to people. And when you guess wrong, you get a no, you get rejection, all right? And you don't get to move your business forward. But when you use bank, it's like you crack the code to getting a yes, and you can get yeses almost every single time. This is what makes it so powerful. We've included a copy for every single one of you that are members of Success Factory, that pay the business fee. You get a copy of this book, Why They Buy. Read it. Make this one of the Bibles that you study, the Bible that understands people. It's not just about sales, it's about people. When you understand people, you can actually close a lot more sales, okay? And by the way, this has been scientifically proven. See, we're not just talking a big game and can't back it up, right? When Craig says, put your money where your mouth is, we do. And here's the science that proves it. If you use bank to sell Success Factory products, you're 86% more likely to close the sale. Do the math. And if you use bank to recruit people into Success Factory, you're 192% more likely to get them to join your team. Well, imagine again, what could become possible. Look at the COC members. Look at the new members that have joined. Kava, Quinny, there's amazing new leaders that have joined. Why? Because you start to get really, really good. But most leaders don't know how to clone themselves. Most leaders don't know how to duplicate themselves. Once I figured out bank and teaching it to my entire organization, the duplication became automatic. That's why we built it into a system. So what you get access to with bank is a system. System is an acronym. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Ask yourself, at Success Factory, do you want to save time? Yes. Do you want to save energy? Yes. Do you want to save money? Yes. Then you need to use a system. A system means that you use it every single time, not just randomly, or not just when you're brand new and then you throw it away because you think you've mastered it. You use it every time, all the time. That's what makes it duplicatable. That's what makes it transferable. That's what makes it scalable in your organization. You have the system, but the only way the system works is when you use it. If you don't use the system, it can't work for you. And then you're building a business of random. And those don't create predictable results. The system of bank introduces you to the 4 personality types. And we reveal the buying behavior. We teach you exactly what makes a blueprint say yes or no, why they buy from you, why they join with you. We teach you exactly what turns on an action. And we also reveal what turns them off, what makes them say, no way do I want to do business with you. We teach you about the nurturing people who make their buying decisions with their heart, with their gut. And they can smell someone who only wants the money. You don't want to be known as the company who only wants the money. You want to be known as the company that creates transformation for people. That's what Craig and Jason continue to talk about every single week. And the knowledge personality type needs to have the validation logically, scientifically, and factually. So there's 4 different ways of approaching people. And the question is, do you know which way to approach them? And do you know it 100% of the time? See, I found that most people just start guessing. And unfortunately, every single time you guess, you risk the chance of getting it wrong. You risk the chance of not serving that client. And unfortunately, you get a no more often than yes. If you're building a business and recruiting people and you want them to advance through all of the ranks, and you want them to be able to go topaz and emerald and diamond and crown and everything else, you've got to be able to optimize people. And what's important is guessing is very difficult because you only have a 4% chance of getting it absolutely right. And that's based on their bank code. See, the key is to remember that every single person is not just one of the 4, but they're actually a combination of all 4. So every human in the world, Craig, Jason, Roald, Chris, Niels, Adnreea, Igor, every one of them has a bank code, which is a sequence. You'll notice on my Zoom screen, I always reveal my bank code so that people know how to talk to me, how to communicate with me. Are you using your bank codes effectively? Do your teammates know what your bank code is? Do you know what their bank codes are? Do you know that you have access to a technology that can reveal the bank codes of every single member of your organization? Every single person on your team, every customer, and even every lead in the pipeline with TribeBase. Do you know that you have access to that? And the question is, are you using and leveraging the technology so that you can make your life better, easier, and more joyful? When you speak someone's code, you honor them at the core of who they are. When you don't, you leave yourself up to chance. And that's the risk of, unfortunately, not knowing the code. What I have found is that people who don't use the code suffer from 2 things, either ignorance, they just don't know what they're doing, or arrogance, they think they already know it all. This requires humility, which is also one of the values that makes a great leader. When you're humble, it means that you're actually open for learning. Even me, the creator of banks, still gets people's bank codes wrong. I have people who have me come up to me and say, guess my code. I've never met them before. How do I know what your code is? I can guess, but what if I'm wrong? I risk losing the relationship. Instead, I use our tools and technology to get it right 100% of the time. I secure the relationship, I build the friendship, I develop that connection, and I convert it into a business relationship when it's appropriate. And that's how you win the game of bank, okay? And so we have a way to help you guys understand what the bank code is of every single person that you're talking to, no matter what their country, no matter what their language is, in less than 90 seconds. And you have access to it at Success Factory. I really want to help you guys be able to learn what you have and not have it just be a product that's ignored in the company culture. I want to help you be able to adopt it and embrace it so that you can win from it. Success Factory is truly on track to change the world. We want to be able to help you do that. This is why Les Brown says this is a game changer. Imagine if you're the leader in Success Factory and you began using it with every single person on your team. Imagine if this could strengthen the confidence of every member of Success Factory's team. To have more confidence means they're willing to make more phone calls, have more Zoom sessions, have more meetings, have more presentations, tell people about the opportunity. Number 2 is to expand their selling skills. 85% of people joining network marketing, including Success Factory, have no business background. They have no sales background. They've never done this type of business before. Why have them practice and make so many mistakes that leads to them quitting before they ever start succeeding? See, traditional success in network marketing, the odds are very, very against you. Most people don't ever make it. And that's why we have all of this personal development and mindset training and doing everything we possibly can, reading the books, attending the global calls every single week, going through training and Saturdays and Sundays and all of those types of things, the webinars that the leaders are doing to try to get you mentally tough enough to not be one of the ones that quit like everyone else. But what if you didn't even need to think about quitting because you actually started winning so consistently that quitting wasn't even an option, not even a consideration, not even a temptation? That's what bank is going to help you be able to do. And of course, when you start using it, then you dramatically increase your income. If you've never made $100,000 or euros in a year, try it. I think you'll like it. If you've never made $500,000 or euros in a year, try it. I think you'll like it. If you've never made $1 million in a year, try it. I think you'll like it. See, there's people out there that say money doesn't buy you happiness. You know what I say? They're liars. They're liars. Money absolutely buys you happiness. Look at anyone with money and what they have. They have options. They have the ability to travel. They have the ability to problem solve, like Craig, who spends $1,000 to fly across the country in 3 days of his time to help someone. It took money and it took time. True wealth, if you're in the business of wealth creation, wealth is not just money. Wealth is also time. Wealth is also relationships. And bank is the opportunity to have all three. Bank can make you more money, bank can create you more time, and bank can build you better, stronger relationships. That's why I'm enthusiastic. That's why we want to bring you this gift. So the solution here that we brought you, and I'm going to walk you through, this is a product right here that we've created. We spent a lot of money in our company and a lot of time building this for you guys to have. Every single member who's joining Success Factory and paying the business fee gets access to the Codebreaker Kickstarter system. Whoops. Let me actually show you. Well, I guess I have this thing over it. You get an entire video series, 20 different videos that walks you through the bank system for sales so that you know exactly what to say to be able to get those yeses. You get to crack your code and get your own personality report. You get a copy of my world famous book, Why They Buy. We've sold tens of thousands of these books all over the world. You get access to that. Success Factory buys this for every single person because they love you, they believe in you, and they want to invest in you. As leaders, please make sure that every single new person joining gets access to this. They know where to find it and that you actually walk them through it and then begin coaching them on implementing it and using it. Again, every person has access to the digital copy of this book. You want to be able to read it many, many, many times. I say repeat, repeat, repeat until rich. Okay. For those of you that do the Kickstarter Pro or the Success Factory Pro business fee, you get the Pro version of Kickstarter, which means we add in an additional class on relationships. We're going to give you tips on how to strengthen your marriage, your dating, your parenting skills. For those of you that have families or significant others, people that you intimately, genuinely care about. It's not a goal to become divorced, and yet half of the world gets divorced when they get married. That's a 50% failure rate worldwide. Those are devastating numbers. You ruin relationships, you break apart and destroy your families and your children relationships. Children who have gone through families that have been divorced are never the same as children who had families be able to stay together. We have the secret sauce in bank. We're going to show you why opposites attract and why opposites attack, okay? And we're going to help you be able to heal and strengthen those relationships, all right? And that's something that we believe very powerfully in, because it doesn't do any good to make a lot of money if all you have is broken relationships along the way. We want you to have the best of both. So we're going to highly recommend that you pay the Success Factory Business Pro fee and get access to the Advanced Kickstarter Pro course inside your back office. Now, in addition, we wanted to be able to build to you the technology that allows you to go out and crack someone's code. In the beginning days, I used these cards. And I still bring my bank cards with me on every single appointment. And at Success Factory, you guys have a lot of these cards in multiple languages, okay? But technology is important because we're building business and building relationships in the digital age. And so we built the world's most advanced technology that can actually go out and crack someone's code by simply sending them a link. And every single one of you have access to this link. And we created a very special introductory offer so that you can go out there and you can crack codes and you can know who the people are that you're talking to, the people are that you're recruiting. You can know the bank code of the spouse and why they might be giving that person resistance with joining your team or buying your product, okay? You also, every single time you crack a code, we send out 2 reports. One report goes out to the person who cracked their code, It's a $99 gift that you get to give them. This is the best form of lead generation. You can go out and deliver $99 or €99 reports to every single person. You can post it on social media. You can allow people to crack their code. And the best part is you also get a report. You get the matching sales report every single time someone clicks on your link and cracks their code. This is now a priceless piece of information. You get their name, their phone number, their email, their bank code, and you get a report with the top tips of how to communicate, negotiate, close the sale, and recruit that person. Wouldn't you want to know that? This is the equivalent of taking me on every single appointment, on every single call, in every single presentation session, being able to help you close your sale and enroll your new team member. So we want you to have access to this report. All of that data, by the way, has been translated for you. We have it in multiple languages, and we've added some additional languages since. You have it in Arabic, in English, in Russian, in Spanish, in German, in Greek, and in Chinese. So if you're building your markets in any of these places that speak these languages, these reports are translated for you, okay? And then all of that data goes inside your Bank Pass dashboard. Imagine being able to log in and seeing at a glance every person in your sales organization because they've cracked their code with your link, because that data is now published in your back office through our portal, and you have access to all of that. This now becomes priceless. You can't motivate people on your team the same way. Adnreea requires a completely different motivation than someone else in the company, for example. So you want to know the bank codes of every person in your team, and you want to know how to be able to speak to them differently based on that. So what we did is we got together with Roald and Chris and the leaders of the company, and we said, what can we do to help more people try the technology? Perhaps they're scared of technology. Perhaps they're shy about getting a subscription. And so we wanted to create a very powerful introductory offer for every single member of the network. This used to be just for new members, and now it's for anyone. You could be with the company for 2 or 3 years, and you could take advantage of this offer. And the offer is that you can activate your Bank Pass subscription with the Bank Connect product for €1. You get access to a full 30 days and unlimited personality assessments for that 30 days for €1. That is our way. It actually cost our company more than €1 to deliver the technology for every person. All right. This is our way of investing in you and giving you a trial period to try it out. After that, it's simply €29 a month on a subscription, or you can bundle it and start to get it with the Forex product as well. Okay. Now, one last thing that I want to share with you is we've been promising that we're going to do a very special training for every single person. Originally, I was only going to do the training if you signed up for bank. After speaking with Roald, he said, can you please open it up for the entire network so that they understand the power of bank? And after that, they're going to be a lot more likely to enroll in bank because they know how to use it, they want to use it, and they're seeing the results from using it. And so we put together a very special training to help you drive 4 key levers in your business. These are really the only 4 things to care about. These are the only 4 things that move the needle. Number 1 is revenue, how to actually sell a lot more products. So we put together a full, complete system. We sell this system, okay, when I sell it to other companies for $1,000 per person to be able to go through this training, $1,000 per person, all right? We built this for everybody here at Success Factory. The very first session, we're going to cover revenue, how to get to yes faster and close more sales in less time. And we built the specific Success Factory scripts. We built exactly what to say to a blueprint for Success Factory products, okay? We built exactly what to say to the action for Success Factory products. Imagine if you had the playbook on exactly what to say to each personality type. All you need to know is what their bank code is, and that at the minimum is what the Bank Pass subscription does with Bank Connect. Number 2 is we're going to teach you recruiting. How do you actually recruit people to your team? Network marketing is a business of recruiting. The reason is it's a business of distribution. This is not about going through organizations like Amazon.com to sell the view. It's about going through a personal network of friends and family of people that you recruit into the business to sell the product and to buy the product. That's what makes network marketing special. That's why you get a chance to make all the money instead of Jeff Bezos at Amazon. So recruiting is the lifeblood of your business. You must master the skill set or else you're going to find yourself out of business very quickly. So we're going to teach you how do you recruit more people easily and expand your winning team at Success Factory with the recruiting scripts for Success Factory for every personality type. How do you recruit a B, an A, an N, and a K to Success Factory? We built those scripts for you. We built the guideline to show you exactly what to say for your own company, okay? Number 3, session 3 is rank. If you have a large organization, but no one's selling anything and no one's recruiting anything, then really you've got yourself kind of a mess. Instead, we're going to show you how do you optimize those people, how do you develop leaders, and how do you help them grow. And one of the ways that proves that they're growing is by getting a new rank. A higher rank means they're selling more product revenue, they're recruiting more people, what the first 2 sessions cover. The more people that you have selling and recruiting, the higher the rank. And that's a form of leadership. So we're going to show you how do you lead people in your organization based on their different personality types. Money doesn't motivate everyone. Trips don't motivate everyone. Different things motivate different people. And if this is one of the core values that you have in your company that says we love people at Success Factory, we want to develop human beings, we want to help them create wealth, then you absolutely need to understand who these people are and why they join, because they join for completely, totally different reasons. And the 4th and final session is retention. I always heard from one of my mentors, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. You could make a lot of money, spend a lot of money, and have nothing left. You could grow a large team and recruit a large amount of people, but if they all quit, then technically you really didn't grow at all. Retention is one of the #1 problems of most network marketing companies. 98% of people earn less than $500 per year. 80% of people quit within their first year, 80%. So if you understand those statistics, those are terrible. And nobody ever wants to talk about that because we only want to focus on the positive. But if we ignore the big elephant in the room that 8 out of 10 people are going to quit on you in your first year, don't you want to keep them? I realized it takes so much energy and effort to bring them in, to sell them on the dream, on the vision, on the product, on the business model, on the compensation plan. That takes energy. Why in the world would I then want them to quit on the other end? I realized the top 2 reasons people are quitting: they're not making enough money, they're not recruiting enough people. And we can help you solve that. So we built a retention plan specific for Success Factory based on each one of the bank codes. And we're going to reveal that to you in this training. So this special training, all right, I'm very happy to say, is that starting next week on Sunday, we're going to do it for 4 weeks in a row. Each week, we're going to do a different session. And it's going to start at 6 p.m. Amsterdam time, the exact 1 hour before your global call. And that way, for those of you that plan to be on the global call, show up 1 hour earlier. We have a special Zoom link just for you. All you have to do is get registered. You have to be a member of Success Factory. I highly recommend that you activate your $1 trial. It's not required, but we're certainly going to be teaching you how to use those tools and how to be able to make money, close sales, and recruit people by using those tools, okay? I am going to personally lead these 4-week sessions. So for the next 4 Sundays, I'm going to be with you for an entire hour every week before your global call, taking you through these modules and helping you get access to the Success Factory playbooks for every single one of the 4 personality types. So I'm glad to share this with you. I'll post the link here in the chat box. You guys can grab that link and get registered for the course, and you can share it with every single member on your team. Even if they're not active, this might be exactly what activates them. We're going to show you how to build better, stronger, more profitable, more meaningful relationships with every single person on your team. All right. And that's what we're going to do over the next 4 weeks prior to you guys heading into your conference here in Dubai. So Adnreea, back to you. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. I'm looking forward to taking you guys on the journey for the next 4 weeks.
Wow, thank you. I look forward for this journey of the next 4 weeks. I will be on. So I love your calls. I love hearing from you. Thank you for all this information and motivation, inspiration, but also especially, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. And I look forward to empower myself and learn, because we need to work hard, but also smart. So we are moving through the process and the program of today because I go fast and quick to the next speaker that most of you, as always, is looking forward to listen. And I even look forward to listen from Mr. Jason Tyne. Are you there?
I am here. How are you doing?
He's live. Ready
I'm
with
live
your
today.
report.
All good. I'll be short and simple to the point. And you know, it's always good to hear from everyone that's on the call. I won't take too much of your time. We're almost at the top of the hour, but I would take advantage of what Chery has to offer for you. I met Chery for the first time maybe 5-6 years ago. We were actually out on a global tour together with Robert Kiyosaki, an event in Vietnam that was called Masters of Wealth. It was the first time I had met Chery. And the thing that I like about Chery is she does live and breathe what she talks about. She held up those cards out of her desk that she always has in her desk. And I remember being backstage with Robert Kiyosaki before Chery was going to speak. There were thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Vietnam. And I didn't know Chery at the time. And she came backstage, and the first thing that she did to both myself and Robert Kiyosaki was she handed us those cards and asked us to order them in priority from ones that were most like us to ones that were least like us. And I'll never forget that moment. I ended up building a great relationship with Chery for many, many years. What I like about Chery is that she's constantly chasing her destiny. Her destiny is to help people communicate in a more effective way. By understanding who somebody else is. And you know, when she was talking about the bank system, the thing that makes that system different than other personality systems out there, there's systems that are called DISC and many others that you may have heard of, or maybe you've never heard of it. But you need to, because you need to understand people. Robert Kiyosaki would oftentimes joke about, in a joking way, but also in a very real way, that business would be a lot easier if there were no people involved. Right? Business would be a lot easier if there are no people involved. Unfortunately, in business, there's people. And if you want to be good in business, you have to understand people. And what's different about the bank system and some of the other systems, most of the other personality systems that you would take, most of the other personality assessments that you would take or tests that you would take, tells you everything you need to know about yourself. And that's a good place to start, right? Because if you don't have self-awareness, there's no way you're ever going to move into self-management. So one, you got to take the bank test for yourself to figure out who you are, so you make sure you are who you think that you are. But what's more important about this system is that not only could you take it for yourself, which is what I would say probably 90% of all the other ones do. What's unique about bank is it actually focuses on the other person, right? So it tells you who the other person is in the conversation. And if you're other people focused, which I think that most people are, then you owe it to yourself to understand who you are, and you owe it to yourself to figure out who other people are. And oftentimes I'll draw a picture of a flower. If you haven't seen that, you know, a flower can grow with the sunshine, a flower can grow with rain, a flower can grow with fertilizer, or a flower can grow with dirt. And a flower doesn't grow because of any one of those things. It grows because of all four of those things. All four of those conditions have to be there. Right? You need sun in order for the flower to grow. You need rain in order for water to grow. You need fertilizer for water to grow, for a flower to grow. And you need dirt for a flower to grow as well. But as a leader, you have to recognize that people are just like the flower. Not every single person needs the exact same message at the exact same time. Sometimes somebody needs some sunshine. And other times somebody else may need some rain. And other times somebody may need some fertilizer, and at the exact same time, somebody may need some dirt to be able to redo it. And as a leader, you owe it to yourself to understand not only who you're talking to, who you're communicating to, but you owe it to yourself to understand what they need to hear at that moment in time. Because life throws us obstacles, life throws us challenges. It's not always sunshine and rainbows on the way up to becoming a champion. Right? You're going to face one problem after the other problem after the other problem. And your reward for solving one problem is usually a bigger problem. Right? Your reward for solving a problem is usually a bigger problem. And you'll recognize all throughout the paths of problem, there's usually people involved. Somebody didn't do what they said they were going to do. Somebody didn't stay committed to an agreement that they had. Somebody didn't continue pursuing and activating what they needed to pursue and activate on. People will let you down all the time. but you need a way to be able to communicate them, to allow them the opportunity to come back to their commitment and what they said they were going to do. And I just want to take a moment to just honor and recognize and say congratulations to the new Circle of Champion members that are there, for the ones that continued to stay in the fight and made it again for another year. And congratulations to the newcomers that came and earned their way into the Circle of Champions. And we say congratulations as well. And also to focus and to persevere. If you're someone that was in the Circle of Champions and now you find yourself out of the Circle of Champions, the thing that makes a champion is to fight and claw your way back and get back into the circle, and back into the ring, back into what we're doing, because you know what, this year is going to be a big year. It's a phenomenal year. Is where's your focus? What are you focused on? Are you where is your focus? Because if you're not focused, then that means that you're unfocused. And what are you prioritizing in your life right now? Right? So where is your focus and what are you prioritizing? And then the third component of that is always, what are you ignoring? Right? So you have to prioritize, you have to focus, and you also have to ignore, because that's what sets you on a path to going down and chasing after your destiny. Right? You have a destiny that you're chasing. If that destiny feels like it's a little dusty at the moment, if your dreams are a little dusty at the moment, if your purpose for your life is a little dusty at the moment, if your passion is a little dusty at the moment, if your tenacity is a little dusty at the moment, if your level of commitment's a little dusty at the moment, it's time to dust that shit off. And it's time to get back into the game, right? It's time to get back into the game. I want to let you know that you need to be focused and coming with full force momentum into the Dubai event, right? You need to come with full force momentum. You ought to be thinking about and actively pursuing great leaders to come into your organization. You ought to be actively pursuing and focused on prioritizing, recruiting, and building leaders, right? You ought to be absolutely focused and prioritizing on how do you move revenue through that distribution channel. How are you gonna build a customer acquisition machine? That event's gonna be unbelievable, right? You won't believe what's gonna be announced at that event. You know, the idea of what the View has been doing and the business case for the View is getting stronger every single day as we look into the future. You also want to focus your attention. If you know people that are in the United States, or if you have teams of people all throughout the world that know somebody in the United States, I start getting focused and start prioritizing some lists of 8 to 10 leaders that each of you can identify, because I guarantee you when we launch in the United States, it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. It's going to be intense. It's going to be big. I think the recruiting is going to go through the ceiling. And I think that we're going to be absolutely focused on creating a monster out of the United States. And so you need to be focused. You need to be able to learn. You need to be able to integrate. You need to be able to facilitate. You need to be able to experience. You need to be able to experience all those things. But start writing down names. We'll let you know a process and a system, because we may have a pre-launch into the United States. We may just have a pre-launch into the United States when we're looking for great leaders to be able to come through there. And I think that you'll see massive tours in the United States. Maybe we can do it around the world too, but in the United States, things are a little more open. I think we're doing massive tours with live events. I think we're going to get it cranking. I think it's going to be thumping. I think it's going to be pumping, but I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be dynamic. But I think that you also need to be focused around the world and what it is that you're doing. Your focus is extremely important to you. I just want to make sure that as we get towards and closer and closer and closer to the Dubai event, that you ought to be absolutely focused on chasing your destiny, which means I'll just leave you with this and I'll turn the time back over, because there's other people that have important messages too. The question you need to ask yourself, the question you need to ask yourself every single day is, are you making destiny decisions? Are you currently making destiny decisions for your life? Are you making destiny decisions around your focus? Are you making destiny decisions around your priorities? Are you making destiny decisions around what you need to ignore? Are you making destiny level decisions around what you need to learn? Are you making destiny level decisions around who it is that you need to build as leaders? Are you making destiny decisions on who's going to be your influencing leaders in 2022? Are you making destiny level decisions around who's going to be the most empowered leaders within your team? You owe it to yourself to chase your destiny. You really do. Sometimes, like I said last week, destiny allows you to have a vision of a future version of yourself right? Destiny allows you to have a future vision of where you're going that maybe nobody else will ever see. Maybe no one else sees this vision that you have of your destiny, but you owe it to yourself to chase after it. You owe it to yourself to get focused into it. You owe it to yourself to prioritize your life to it. Because what you do and who you are will echo against the backdrop of all of eternity. That's your destiny. You owe it. You owe it to yourself to get after it every single day and to be laser beam focused. And I'll turn the time back over. But we're coming into that Dubai event. Everyone's getting focused. Everyone's getting prioritized. And everyone is also ignoring the nonsense, ignoring the childish games that we allow ourselves to play. As I said last week, it's time to play with the big boys. It's time to play with the big girls. It's time to do something enormous. It's time to do something great. It's time to play big. It's time to get after it. Now's the time to get after it. So always ride the wave of life and always play big. And I'll turn the time back over to Adnreea and the rest of the crew in the Netherlands. Cheers and talk to you next time.
2022, you need to make the decision of playing big. This is a year of abundance, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know. Thank you, Jason. And we have other guest speakers on the call. But before I want to say that this year, you already have seen that this pandemic time, are bringing on the market a lot of opportunities. Doesn't matter if we believe, if we like or not, but every time they teach us, the most influential people and in the world, in our economical industries, how like Jim Rohn, he always says it, in the periods of crisis are born the best opportunities. And we can say it's a pandemic time, yes, it's true, but it's the economic crisis. So in this period are born also opportunities. And 2022, I've seen a lot of people that immediately started to create their own opportunities around this period and really break through in 2022 and make a fortune. So why I'm saying that, because 2022, it will be a good year. It will be a big year for us if you are ready. We are ready and we will make it happen. The question is if you are ready for it. It is new year, 2022. I always say new year, new decision, new plans, new you. So 2022, I already committed myself on the New Year's Eve that I want to go to the next level. I want to have a lot of new successful stories in my team. I want to recruit a lot of new other people, fresh blood. I want to build new teams, and I want to help my existing team to go to the next level. And I will create opportunities around me. Remember, what you visualize, you materialize. What you declare, it will happen. Your thoughts will create your reality. So which reality are you going to create for 2022? When I started in network marketing, I was 18 years old, thanks to Julian. Most of you know the story. And I would have loved to have an environment like we have in Success Factory. And sometimes we are not grateful for what we have because we want something more, or we always want something we don't have. But if I'm really objective, when I started in this industry, I would have loved to have leadership like in Success Factory. I would have loved to have these values that Success Factory has, but especially the global calls every Sunday. Because I always say in my trainings, but in my calls, that Success Factory is not only giving the opportunity to grow your business, to make money, to make commissions, but also it gives you the opportunity that the money are working for you, the cash flow quadrant. But even more important, in my opinion, the most important thing that will influence if you are successful, if you become successful or not, is your mindset. Your mindset will change, will evolve, will grow together with you. And I've seen people that became successful because of their mindset. I became successful because of my mindset. And why I'm saying this, because Success Factory gives you the opportunity that you grow together with your business, together with your team, and that your mindset will be different. Because if your mindset will be different, will grow, will evolve, will improve, your lifestyle, your quality of life will become better. And I think Success Factory is giving you everything. It's giving 360 degrees everything in your life. And I'm happy, I'm proud, I'm honored to do that, because seeing all this global call with these people that are committed every Sunday to give you new content, to bring a message, to give you knowledge, to really assure that you become successful, because they are successful already. So it's all about you. In my calls, I always speak about 5 points that you should choose an opportunity. Products. So the first one is product. How are the products? Are they bringing value in the life of the people? Are they affordable to the people? And I love the products that we have. Unique, cutting edge technology. Company. The second point is the company. How is the company? Which values the company has? Who are the founders? What's the vision? The third point is the compensation plan. How is the compensation plan? Is it paying everyone? Is it paying good? Is an opportunity for everyone? I love the compensation of Success Factory because it pays everyone equally from the beginning. There is not such a bonus like, oh, if you don't qualify, we take it away, or we lease you a car. When you don't qualify, we take you the car back. It doesn't exist. We have Mercedes given away, like with a Hublot, like all the prices, and it's yours because you worked, you deserved it, you got it. Compensation plan pays more than 61%. And I know that some months they are even paying over 70%. So depends, plus the prices. I don't go now in numbers because it's up to the vice presidents. Our compensation plan, it's paying well. Fourth point is the leadership. How is the leadership of Success Factory? Wow, I've seen a Kina, I've seen a Peter Gushler, I've seen a Petra in Tenerife, I've seen a Mari Giovanna in South America, I see a Vladimir Marina in Russia, even Phil in Australia. And all over the world, you can count on the help of these people. When you need something, you call. So the leadership, the support of the company. How is the support of the company? How is the support of the leadership? And we have great leadership. That's the truth. We have systems. We have calls. Everyone is working hard. They are always available, day and night, always giving contribution. And the fifth point is the timing. And I think there is no better timing right now to start with Success Factory and to make the decision, and I always speak about decision, that you get committed, that this is your year, that you are going to do it 100%, that you get committed, and that you do it 100% no matter what, that you are ready to pay the price. Igor made a call at 4 o'clock. I know he's connected now. I will give the word to him about the 5 Bounty Islands, because until tomorrow we have two promotions. The double units of the 5 Bounty Islands and the closing of qualifications until tomorrow. So we have 2 promotions running. Igor, are you there? Are you connected?
I'm absolutely
You have to
connected,
unmute yourself.
Andrea.
You need to echo now.
Again, I am unmuted or not?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Look where I am. I'm in front of a pink phone booth, and you know, a really English one. But the case is, I'm actually in a part of England, and behind me is the flag of this country. I am in the country that was the fastest sold out in the view. It was sold out within an hour. It even beat it, the Maldives. I'm in one of those bounty islands, but one of the richest countries as well in the world. I'm in Bermuda at the moment. And I want to show you, before I start to talk, a little bit about what is Bermuda. Look at this. This is the place to be. I always say you can work with who you want, when you want, and where you want, ladies and gentlemen. And for today, you see over there, Mr. Anderson Chester. And look at that. How does that look? That's my office for today. I have a beautiful conversation with the gentleman that owns the radio station, and I had a conversation with the man that is responsible here for Bermuda, Mr. Donald Smith. That is the first emerald, and possibly in a couple of days the first diamond from Bermuda. So I will take it back. That's the hotel that I'm in. And you know how beautiful is our business, that you in reality can choose and pick the people that you want to work with the willing. You can work and take the hours that fits to you. And the beauty is, wherever you go, you bring your business with you, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't need to do my trainings out of an office or out of a studio. I just take my telephone and my laptop with me. And even when I'm not technically at all, I can share this business model with all of you in the world. And that's what I want to do at the moment, because I know there's a lot of trainings and I can start talking about how to build this business. But you know what? I will only focus on the offer that we have still available. And that is something mesmerizing, because it's today the 9th. We have only 1 day to go. We have 1 day to go. We have those 3 super duper countries, the most underestimated countries: Greece, Mexico, and Kenya. Kenya 125, Mexico 250, and of course Greece for 500. And when you really follow the trainings and you do your calculations, you are already owner of a unit of one of those 3. Today I focused completely on the Bounty Islands, and I explained why those Bounty Islands are an absolute super duper deal. And actually, you can get the 5 Bounty Islands for just 1,000 euro, because we have Curacao, we have the Cook Islands, we have Puerto Rico, we have Samoa. So we have a huge opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. We have a huge opportunity there, so that you are able to be in different markets, but you have only 1 day to go, because on the 11th, the offer is not there anymore. Means the offer, you can still get them, but you don't get the universal units in the universal pool anymore. And that can make a huge difference. And from of ownership, hey, who doesn't want to have a portfolio of different countries? Whatever you today for one, it will multiply it so tremendously. And of course, in life, it's not what happens to you, but how you handle it. Life, hope and dream, but when you don't, when you work, lady.
Your connection sometimes breaks, so maybe you need to be on one place with good internet and not move and walk around.
Can you still hear me, Andrea, or am I?
We hear you, but it can interrupt, so it's your internet.
Okay, I walk a little bit closer to the hotel then,
I think that's
because I wanted to show some beautiful views from the pier that I have here. But when it's better that I come closer, I walk back to the hotel. Actually, I'm in quarantine. I'm in quarantine over here. But the beauty is, you know, it's not bad to be in quarantine over here. There are worse places in the world where you can be. And this is the year that we are going to travel and be with you, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be to all those places in the world where the action is taking place. As long as they allow me to be there, I will be amongst you, because the opportunity is so tremendously that missing out of it, or waiting too long, or not doing whatever it takes, and that is the thing that each of us must understand that to get here, I had to travel 19 hours. And you know, in life, there are those decisions to make that either you do it and you play big, or you want to play too small and don't do it in reality, and it will not going to work for you. The offers that we have right now, with only 1 day to go, are so unique that you will praise whoever when you grab that offer. Understand the momentum, the timing. And I know that Adnreea said it as well. Timing is everything, ladies and gentlemen. And there is never been a better timing than right now to do the things. So I am a simple thinker. Some people say, yeah, but Igor, I don't have the money to buy one of the units. Then it's simple. Get your act together, sign up people before 12 o'clock, sign them up, make sure that you get volume, you get commission paid out tomorrow that you can already use to buy one of the missing units in the view. Can you hear me right now, Adnreea? Is it going well?
Very well. Very well. We hear you.
Excellent. Then do it the way, and I talk with many people, when you want to hard sell to people, you're mostly going to fail. The method to use is simple, and everybody can do it. Just inform the people. Inform them, motivate them, and inspire them. Create success for all, and you will see what dreams may come, ladies and gentlemen. And the dreams that you maybe have today are nothing towards the dreams that you are going to have. I'm extremely proud to be with this company and to share the possibilities of this company. And just like you, I have to work hard. I have to work hard, but of course I combine it with working smart and enjoying the #1 lifestyle. And that is the beauty of our company. When you really do what we advise you to do, you follow the advices of Craig, of Jason, of Chery, of Adnreea, of Roald, of all your leaders, of Daniel, of Kayam, of Peter, of Queenie, of Mario and Giovanna, all those important COC members. Ladies and gentlemen, your life is going to be different. Don't take their advice as a menu card. You choose this and that, but the rest you're not doing. You either do it all the way or it's not going. When you want to follow somebody, do the things they advise you to do. And think about when you follow or listen to people that don't have what you want, then that's mostly not a good reason to listen to them. Don't follow their advice. Always go to the persons that have what you have, because that's the only way to get to know how to get it yourself. I don't want to talk too long, Adnreea, because I'm looking at the time and I don't know what is going to come, but I am extremely excited to be on one of those places in the world where I had big dreams of. I've been in 200 countries and I never been in Bermuda. So I started this year with another dream coming true, another country that I never was, Bermuda, and I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. When I would not have been with this company, I would have signed up. Listen to the calls, use the calls. I see how many people are listening to this call, and I advise you to put your whole team on this global calls. We do it week by week, and honestly, we don't do it to hear ourselves. We do it so that you can become the one destined to be, that you can become the legend of your family, that you will be able to provide an opportunity and a possibility of income to your family and your family to come. So become that legend that your family desperately is waiting for. Just do it and do it. Inform the people, motivate them, and inspire them. and you will see that you are able to change the world by creating success for all. Andrea, I want to give it back to you because, you know, and I like to end it with showing you again one of those dream destinations. And I can guarantee you, when you are a unit holder of Bermuda, wow, I only can say your future looks brighter than you even could dream of. Bermuda will produce you a future when you are unit holder that is mesmerizing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to meet today or tomorrow the Minister of Tourism, not because I asked for a consult, but when they find out that I came to this island, they immediately want to talk with us because we believe that we can change the world in a super situation. You know, it is mesmerizing. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. Take advantage of the offers that we send it to you. Get those bounty islands, ladies and gentlemen. You can get them all 5 for just €1,000. But you have only 1 day to go to get those double the units in the universal pool. Andrea, you guys did a great call, and I give it back to you. And I look forward to listen to whatever comes.
Yes.
Mwah!
Thank you for always adding value. The truth is that Igor really did his best in the last days to share with us, because I always say that he's Wikipedia. He's the encyclopedia. He's an encyclopedia. He knows everything about all the history and the countries. There is no better person that can really explain you the potential of each country into the view. And he took the time. He explained Greece last week. Actually this week. He explained the potential of Mexico. He explained the potential of the 5 bounty islands today. He explained what are the expectations. What can be your expectations in the next 3 years, 5 years, 7, 10, 15, 20 years? And that's beautiful, because I think many people didn't know how the turnover would have
Thank
come
you.
from a country, from a monument. They didn't know how it's gonna work. And I always say that you don't need to talk too much about the next phase of the business, because right now it's a fighting. It's a fighting phase to get as much as possible units. So I will fight the people. I have to keep calm, because as Igor already explained, we cannot buy 100% of all the countries. So we made the deal that we give space to the other people to buy it as well. But if I could, I would buy all the units, because the prices are cheap. And I know that for some people it's a lot of money, €1,000. But I have to be honest, when I talk with business people, €1,000 for 1 unit of certain countries, they say is too less, because they make the counting and the expectations, and they say, why do you sell it so cheap? So everything is perspective from the side that we look at. So if you would not have the money, you should really make commissions, work your butts off, and you should buy as much as you can units, because if the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, it's because of mindset. It's because of decisions. It's because of choices. So I've learned that, because I come from a poor family. My mother and my mother, I always I talk about this in some of my trainings. It's a little bit maybe embarrassing to say it, but my mother is poor mentality. You cannot change for now. She needs to change if she wants to change, but I cannot change her. So she's poor mentality. If I explain her the view, the first question that she will have is, like many of you or many people that you know, is about how long it will take, how long time, and when, and what, and how it's gonna work. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to buy because I don't know what is going to happen with me in 3 years, etc., etc. I'm like, what can happen with you in 3 years? Come on. If you don't plan your future, you'll plan to fail. While if I talk with rich people, maybe not rich in money, but rich in mindset, in opportunity, in decisions, they don't even ask me, entrepreneurs, I mean, they don't even ask me how long it will take and when and what. They tell me, okay, you know what? I want this country, I want this country, I want this country. When next month, when I have my next money, I want to buy more countries. That's the mindset of entrepreneurs. Why I'm saying that, because during my career, going from poor mentality, from my family, to rich mentality, because of course, I worked through, I became entrepreneur, I started network marketing, I started to make a lot of money, and my mindset changed, and I started to surround myself with better people than me, with richer people than me, with entrepreneurs to see how they think. I always say, copy and paste, especially copy the way of thinking of entrepreneurs and successful people, because they will be always successful in whatever they do. So in this year, I've learned that decisions make you poor or rich. Mindset, ladies and gentlemen. So I've seen the mindset why poor gets poorer and rich get richer. And I am happy because with Success Factory, sometimes I need to support a lot of questions and a lot of people that stresses me. But actually, I have the patience and love to help them and to support them, because I know that they don't have the right mindset and the right information, and they are surrounded by the wrong environment. So if I don't help them, they will never go out of their situation. So that's my message also for you. I know that maybe a lot of times you are surrounded by people that have questions, that they don't progress. Maybe they're passive, or maybe they are there and stresses you with a lot of messages, or they are not very active like you. They don't go to build a team fast like you. They are not fanatic. I'm telling you, this is our job. This is our work. More people we help, and more people will support, and more we inform, more we motivate, more we inspire, more patience we have, more we get paid. And we are teaching normal people to become entrepreneur. And I have to be honest, that's not easy. That's not easy. It was not, it is not, and it will not be. That's why I love network marketing, because it takes normal people and teaches them to be entrepreneur with a process. So you grow, your team grows, your mindset grows. And my next step for you is 2022 is here. Did you really make a decision? Every year starts, and it's a new chance. It's a new year full of opportunity and decision. Did you make the decision? Who do you want to become? And what do you want to achieve? Did you already make the plan? Did you call your upline? I know many leaders over here that already had a call with their team on the 1st of January to plan the year, to plan with their leaders the next level, the next rank, the next achievement. Because I will tell you something. If you don't do that, no one will do that. If you don't do that with your team, no one will do it in your team. Monkey see, monkey do. 2022 is a new year full of opportunities, and I will tell you something. It's an aggressive year. I'm following entrepreneurs, I'm looking around the world, and I see aggressive people. They go for it. So if you play big, as Jason always says, if you are too slow, there is always a lion and a gazelle out there. You must choose if you are the gazelle or the lion. Because if you choose to be the gazelle, you will be eaten alive. If you choose to be the lion, you will hunt, and you hunt down the gazelle, so you are going to eat it alive. Why I'm saying you that? Because you must make decisions this year if you are going to run or not. If you're going to be the lion or the gazelle. And I see a lot of people playing too small. Let me tell you, I'm going to talk straight because I have a couple of minutes. But I see people playing too small. They are slow. They think too small. Their belief is too small. They don't show up with the right energy, attitude, passion, belief in the opportunity. They play too small. They are still afraid. Let me tell you something. Once you go for Success Factory, you need to be powerful. You need to be full of confidence, full of belief. Because like Craig said, if the people don't believe the messenger, they will not believe the message. If you don't believe in yourself, and I get the goosebumps, if you don't believe in what you are saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I repeat it, it's not what you say, it's how you see it. So the people will follow you. If you don't show up as a leader, if you didn't make the decision that you are the leader, that you are gonna lead, that you will be a fanatic, obsessed with Success Factory day and night, 5, 6 nights a week, then you're not gonna make it. You play small, you have small results. And I'm telling you this no matter what is your rank right now. I'm telling to new people, to sapphires, to emerald, to diamond, to black diamond, to crown. Start playing small. Start playing big because you are playing too small. Start being that leader you would like to follow. Start being that sponsor you would like to have. Start being that person you would like to be surrounded with. Stop pointing and expecting from others. Start to be that person. And I saw, and why I'm saying this, because I saw people with potential. I've seen people with talent and they play too small. So 2022, put that costume of the hero, put that costume every meeting, every training, every call, show up on social media every day with a post. And you must be fanatic. You must be obsessed. Many people, many leaders are launching 90 days runs because it's New Year. People are recharged. They want opportunities. They want to make money. They want to have a better future for their family. They want to invest their money. They want to let the money work for them. And we are pioneers. We are not clients. We are pioneers of a platform that will be one of the biggest platforms on this world, because you will see it. The view will be huge. You better get ready, because I'm seeing some projects around with metaverse, NFTs, and crypto and whatsoever. Nice, interesting, but get ready, because what we have with the view, no one has, and it will become way bigger. And we are not a bubble. We are not just hype. We are something really planned to become one of the biggest companies on this planet. We don't play small. We are not just here hyping and bumping and hey, let's see. We are really serious. So this year, you must go for the 90 days run. What is 90 days run? You must put an objective with your team. And this 90 days run, it depends on you, not on your team. You must recruit people. You must do the work. 5 presentations a day, 1 training a week, not too many training, Travel light, travel fast, not too much training. Everyday presentation, 1 training a week, 1 global call a week. And then the second step is you do only income producing activities. I will not go too deep in this. I always make training about this. So income producing activities. Every day you must ask yourself, what I'm doing right now, is it helping me to get closer to my objective? No, then I have to stop doing it. Third, you must plan. The first step, you need to plan with your upline, with your sponsor. If your sponsor is not available, go to your upline. If your sponsor and upline are not available, you go to the next upline. If your upline of the upline are not available, go to the next upline. You are responsible for your own success, not your upline, not the company. You must go and go to the next until you find someone that you can make a plan. Make a plan. Every day you need to have agenda, full of appointments, full of private launchings, and full of presentations with your team. If you don't have an agenda, I will tell you, you are not on a 90 days run. And the 4th step is be obsessed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in this 90 days run, you must make a decision with your family and commit with your family that you will not be the best husband, the best wife, the best mother, the best father. In these 90 days, you will focus on this business. And 90 days run means that you do things that normally you not do. It's called 90 days run because you do something extraordinary that usually you cannot do. You work extra, you put extra energy, you will be fanatic and you cannot be all the year like that. You will just skip dinners. You will skip family reunions. You will skip birthdays. That's how it is. 90 days run. And that's how most of the leaders started this year, 90 days run. So I don't know who started, who not, but I tell you, it's a new year. You better start with it. And yes, I am happy. I am proud. I am honored to be one of the pioneers of the view. I see the potential. I made some calls with my teams, and I just explained them my vision, how I see it. And you know what? The excitement, the belief, the confidence comes out of my pores, of all my body. You know why? Because I love it, because I believe it. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it and what you think about it. Because people at the end of the day, no matter which opportunity you give them, they join you. So work hard on yourself, get better, get wiser, be around the right people, be around the source, be connected. Take all tips from everyone and copy and paste and apply it in your business. I'm seeing all the leaders working. I see Giovanni, I see Kayan, I see Daniel, always around. I see Kini, I see Peter, I see all the new COC. I'm happy about the new Circle of Champion members that came into the in the group, because it brings a lot of value, a lot of contribution. I'm happy. And as we always said, it's every new year, there are some that are going out and some that are coming in. It's always good, because then you see new faces, new values, new how do you say, new cultures, but also new mindsets that are coming in. So I always like diversity. I will be this week on a lot of calls. I start working. My children are starting to go to school tomorrow, and my mother comes to help me with the kids. So this week I go for full recruiting and calls with my old team, calls with my new team, and launching big, because February 2022 is almost here. And our beta version, the first version to the view, is it will be launched. So as you have seen, some of you on my social media, I'm starting to make a lot of reels with virtual reality, and it's something funny, but people get already an idea. And I started already to put on my story, because I want to use my social media only about business. So about me, but especially also about my business, because I want to make it huge. My advice for you also, start working online also, like use your social media, because a lot of people are looking for opportunities. And if you have the opportunities, they will come. It's like honeys that are coming. It's like bees that are coming to the honey. So I see it's almost 9 o'clock. I think we are done. I need to go home, because Kini has a call at 10. So let's see what I can do, because I would like to jump on some calls. Take advantage of the promotions. The promotions are not for me, because if I could, I would buy all the units. It's for you, ladies and gentlemen. As Igor said, you get the double units, and you get the units into the in the universal pool. So get your units today. He made accounting. There are some countries that are only 125 euros. Ridiculous. And the potential is really big. There is Costa Rica, Madagascar, Curacao, Samoa, and then we can run until tomorrow for closing ranks and new qualifications. Let me tell you something. People want to follow successful people. People want to be with winning teams. So make sure that you progress, that you close a lot of new qualification, that you win together with your team, because then you will see that your vibration will change, and a lot of people will come to you because you are winning. Everyone wants to be with you. There is no other way. Until you don't win, no one wants to be with you and hear it from you. Okay? So let's get together. Let's get to work. Inform, motivate, and inspire. Thank you, all of you. Thank you to all the guest speakers. See you on the next Sunday for the global call. In the meantime, I will see some of my teams this week. Strength and honor. It's all about you. Mwah.